get her out of my mind. Wow, I think about the girl all the time. Well, east side of the west side, pushing that right, it's no surprise. She's got chicks in the style, stacking up the cash. That's when it comes to the cost. By no means average, she's on what she's got to have it. Baby, you're a perfect 10. I wanna get in, can I get down so I can win? I like the way you work it, no diggity. That's a bag it up now. Like the way you work it, no diggity. That's a bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. That's a bag it up now. Like the way you work it, no diggity. That's a bag it up. She's got class and style, $2 by the pound. Baby, never act wild, very low key on the profile. Catching feelings is a no. Let me tell you how it goes. Curves the word, spins the verb. Love is off curve, so freak what you earn. Rolling with the fatness, you don't even know what the app is. You got to pay to play, just for shot of bang, better look your way. I like the way you work it, sometime all day, every day. You're blowing my mind, maybe in time, baby, I can get you in my ride. I like the way you work it, no diggity. That's a bag it up now. Like the way you work it, no diggity. That's a bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. That's a bag it up now. Like the way you work it, no diggity. That's a bag it up. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Your girl looks good. Hey yo, play on, play yo. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Girl looks good to me. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Oh, I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. Why I'm hunting, searching for a come. This is freaking awesome. Oh, I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. Why I'm hunting, searching for a come. This is freaking awesome. Oh, I'm gonna pop some tags. Yo, $20 in my pocket. Why I'm hunting, searching for a come. This is freaking awesome. Oh, I'm gonna pop some tags. Only $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, searching for a come. This is freaking awesome. Why I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, searching for a come. This is freaking awesome. Why I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm searching for a come. This is freaking awesome.
Hey everybody, I'm Tristan, and this is how I play No Diggity in a thrift shop. It's very simple. You have 3 chords. You have an E minor, a D, and a C add 9. Now keep in mind that is with the capo on the 2nd fret. The actual chord names, if you're not using a capo, are F sharp, E, and D. From here on out, I'm just going to say what they are with the capo. So again, it's E minor, D, and C. Now, the whole song is just repeats over and over and over. You're going to sit on the E minor. You're going to play the E minor twice, D, C. Play along with us when we're playing, or play it your own way. It's really up to you. So that's it. It's really simple. Enjoy.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Matt. Today I'm going to teach you how to play the drums to No Diggity into Thrift Shop. It's a pretty easy beat. It's in 4 times, so we're going to groove right through it. The setup that I use is a 3-tom kit with a snare, but you can obviously do anything. The thing about these kind of songs is songs in 4, you have a lot of room for interpretation. So just because I play something a certain way, obviously doesn't mean that you can't improvise and play something like you like to play it. I'm a bass, hi-hat, snare kind of drummer, so I like doing that as opposed to filling things out a lot. So kind of for this song, the guitar opens it up, and then I'm going to roll into it, just doing a real simple snare to tom 1 to tom 2 roll. So when you start the song, I'll typically be like, but you can do just about anything. That's just a real easy alternate beat. If you want to fill it out differently, you can obviously throw in a lot more, like it's really up to whatever you want to do. But if you want to start low and end up on the right side, that's typically the easiest way to go about it. So start yourself with a little bit of a, and cue yourself in with a cymbal. When you actually get into the verse part of the song, just keep a nice, easy 4 beat. For this song in particular, you don't have to do anything else other than a hi-hat snare with a little bass fill, something like this. But what differentiates good drummers from great drummers is the ability to throw in some extra stuff. So the way that I like to play this groove is I like to kind of fill in with an alternate kind of offbeat bass. So my style when I play this song with Tristan goes like this. And I like to do a little one-on bass, snare, bass. But obviously you can play this entire song just by playing a straight 4 beat. If you wanted to fill it completely by doing, you can do that. So Tristan, if you'll play me the verse riff, I'll show you kind of how I fit it in there, and then what you can do if you'd like to simplify it. The verse. And if you want to add a hi-hat, you can always do that too, which is kind of cool. You can lift up, just give it a little fill. And you can alternate out. Now, if you want to play it simpler, obviously you can also click on the ride and just do a little. So you can play that pretty much the entire way through the song. The good thing about this song is it's all in 4. Now, we do switch over to Thrift Shop about 3/4 through the song. When we go into that, I change over to a halftime beat. So I go from a 4 into a, which is a really, really easy beat, hi-hat, snare at the same time. So Tristan, if you'll play into the Thrift Shop portion. So that's kind of cool. You can just halftime it, and you can add a little bass fill in between, because really the entire time the bass is just going to be pulsing. And then you can click a little 3 in there, 1, 2, 3, to fill it out. So you can just straight up go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And that kind of gives you that groove and that different feel between the 2 very distinct songs. Now, we go from Thrift Shop back into a split between Thrift Shop and No Diggity. So at that part, I start singing No Diggity while Tristan sings Thrift Shop. And that time you can go back into the 4 beat that you played at the beginning. So you can go straight back into that little groove 4. And just get with your guitarist if you're playing it with someone and find a nice kind of groovy feel to the song. It's a rap song, like an R&B rap song. So you want to get like a real smooth feel through the entire song. To differentiate it at the end, when you go kind of heavier out, I just like to lift the hi-hat up, and I typically add just a little more bass pedal and play an open hi-hat. So instead of doing the 3, 4, I go. And that just gives it a different feel. Because when you're in 4, you can kind of get stuck in 4. So if you want to do something different, open the hi-hat, add a little bit more bass. And even if you want to alternate between like an open hi-hat and a ride, just to give it a different feel, you can do that. And then obviously anytime that you want to put a little fill in, you can do a little in 4 roll. Nothing too hard, you can just give it a little. and that just adds a little something else to the song. So, like I said, pretty easy song, but you can do a lot of things to spruce it up and make it different, make it your own. Obviously, the way I play it's not the only way to play it. So experiment, figure it out, but don't play it the same all the way through. That way you can get levels and you can differentiate yourself throughout the entire song. So thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoy giving it a shot.